Alright, so today we're going to talk about level design, the terrain, and the foliage, and the water, and so many things. Alright, let's start it. Okay, the first thing is let me introduce a very high quality model platform to you, and that platform is called Megascan. So the Megascan is owned by the opponent of Unity, namely the Unreal Engine. So why are we going to download the things that coming from Unreal Engine? Because this is really nice with so many high quality models, service, and other things that you will like it. So let's have a Epic account. So the first thing is to register for Epic account. Epic is the owner of Unreal 4 engine. So after you have an Epic account, you'll be able to download and install the Quixel suite. The Quixel um, is the original company who designed the Quixel Bridge, and namely currently it's called Megascan. So and after you have a Epic account, please go to this link and download Bridge and install in your PC. Okay, be careful when you are asking about what kind of license you are asking for. Please remember to choose the unlimited, not the free trial. Okay, choose unlimited, not free trial. Okay, you have just only one chance to select your license type, so uh, be careful about that. Okay, so once you download the bridge, you are going to download its Unity plugin. So by nicely arrange setting the library path, and you'll be able to download the Unity plugin uh, in the bridge software. So after you have the Unity plugin, you can import to Unity, and then you can directly export your asset from Bridge, and the asset will be directed to Unity. So all you need is the Megasync important.unity package. You can find the file in the library path. So let me introduce the option of Bridge plugin. Okay, the first option is workflow. Maybe you heard me talking about workflow before. There is an old pipeline called the specular pipeline, but currently, all the material we are use is the PBR pipeline, physical based rendering pipeline. So in Unity, the metallic pipeline is physical based rendering pipeline. So for by default, we are going to choose Metallic as the workflow over here. We'll not go back to use regular pipeline again. That is old. And the second option is displacement. And the displacement is only for Unity HDRP. HDRP represents for high definition render pipeline, which consumes a lot of processing power, and we are not going to use HDRP in our class. The pipeline we are using is called the built-in, the legacy pipeline. So I think the legacy pipeline is very simple to understand. And by the way, it has a acceptable to beautiful quality. So I personally will use the legacy building pipeline throughout the class. About the shader type is legacy because we are using the legacy pipeline. About the resolution, we are going to set to 2048. This is 2K solution is enough for our usage and with some nice quality. So if you select a higher resolution, and your processing, your RAM will have more consumption. So I will recommend we can stay at 2K solution. The LOD fade mode will be set to crossfade, and what is LOD will be elaborated later. And the next one is import path. The import path should be made by you. So you have one Crystal folder already, and you have to type the mega scan the words over here and make the send name as a folder for me. Okay, so you have to make this folder by yourself. And next one is setup collision. If you check this option, all the imported asset will be included with a collision box. And next is apply to selection is when you importing the 2D services and you already select any GAN object in Unity, and that service material will automatically apply to your current selected GAN object. And next is add asset to the scene is the same. When you are importing some asset from the bridge, when it finished import, will the asset be automatically put into the scene? Typically, we will not check this option. The next is create prefabs. And when you import lower LODs, are you going to create LOD groups directly? And typically we will check this on and with the import lower LODs on and create LOD groups on. So these three will be turned on at the same time. If you turn on all these options at the same time, you can combine the imported LODs to be one Unity GAN object. That is very, very time saving for you. And the next one is import all textures. So we're not going to import all textures because most of the textures are not compatible with Unity. Only the required textures are compatible with Unity. And the last option is sometimes the plugin will be hot. And if you encountering this situation, you have to turn off this checkbox and enable it again so that the plugin will restart. Okay, that's it. So next, let's download a rock. So you can find so many rock on Megascan. So it's very, very beautiful and detailed. Of course, and if you find any real rock in your life that you think it is really, really beautiful, you can have a 3D scan for it. But you may say that, Mr. Fu, I don't have a 3D scanner. Well, do you know that? You can simply capture about 20 to 30 photos of one thing and use some freeware to make a 3D scan of it. Okay, so if you don't know about that, maybe next time I'll teach you how to do that. And right now, 3D scan is no more a mystery. It's no more a black magic. 3D scan grows popular every day. So Megascan has so many 3D scan assets on it. So you're free to browse each of them and finally make your decision and download one beautiful rock. And just download one rock. And after you download one rock, you can export the rock to Unity. And by following this page, you'll be able to export your rock to Unity. Okay, rock with you again. So be careful when you click once on the rock, it selects the prefab root. But when you click twice on the rock, it selects the inner child GAN object, which will cause position error when you switch LODs. So because the downloaded GAN object is combined into a prefab, and inside that prefab you have several different LODs. So you have to click once and swiftly do your operation. If you click twice, you'll face some errors, right? So in the rest of this lesson, I'm going to teach you some very important functions provided by Unity Terrain. The first function provided by Unity Terrain is tree. Also, you have some speed tree asset in standard assets. Well, as I can remember, we can have three different categories of trees in our standard asset. But if you are going to make your own Unity tree, you can do that too. So by simply following the slides over here, you'll be able to develop your own Unity tree. So I'm not going to step by step to talk about the detail of how to make a tree. But I think you can simply by following the step written on the slide to finish your design of your own tree. So after you have a tree, you can use the terrain and select the third button over here. You can add a category of tree. When you have one category of tree, you can pen this kind of tree on your terrain. Okay, that is very pleasant because it's really, really beautiful. Okay. One thing to be noted is that in the Unity tree, trees far away from you will not cast shadow like this. As you can see, the trees which near me, near my camera, can cast shadow. That's no problem. But for those trees far away from me, they don't have any shadow. Why? Because they are only billboard. The billboard tree is to save more operation efficiency. There are only one billboard and they all facing together. So this is very, very simple solution. So if you don't like this feature, you can enlarge the fade length, okay, or enlarge the billboard start, and so you can see more shadow or see more realistic trees. Okay, so for the trees far, far away from you, typically they are not realistic at all. So at this moment, we are going to put some fog on it. So how to enable your fog? It's simple. You can use lighting setting, auto setting. There is a fog option. Just click this option on. And remember to set the mode to exponential squared. It's better. Okay. Then have some patience to tweak the value. You will have a nicely arranged fog. Okay, so if you don't like the Unity tree, you want some fancy and beautiful tree, probably you can buy from SpeedTree. SpeedTree is a company, is a solution provider. It generates a high quality tree solution for you. Originally, there are some free SpeedTree on App Store, but unfortunately, they are all deleted. So you have to download from the standard assets. Okay. Here is a very excellent free asset you can find on Unity Asset Store. The name of the asset is Dream Forest Tree. It's free, so I highly recommend you download this package. Okay, so that's about trees. So next we are talking about the grass and flower. So what's the difference between grass and debris? So Unity use the same function to place grass and debris. But for me, I will use only the grass. I will not use Unity terrain to put the debris because the shader is really, really too simple, too rough for me. And I don't think the debris is beautiful enough. So in this tutorial, I only use Unity grass. So before you paint the Unity grass, you have to get a texture. I will recommend you get a texture from Megascan. For example, I download this image from Megascan. But as you can see, the image is split into upper and lower half, and each half represent for a nicely arranged grass image. So I'm using GIMP or other image editing tool like Photoshop to crop the upper half and make the lower half the same. And this makes me two different grass textures. And then we're going to add a new grass texture in Unity Terrain and assign the texture we just edited from the download image. And this time, let me check one for select the grass, one for billboard, and select grass 2 for not billboard, and compare the results. So as you can see, grass 1 is billboard and grass 2 is high density quad mesh. For billboard, it's really fake, but for high density quad mesh, it is really beautiful. So as you can see, if you are going to place a high quality grass, you can check this option. No way, you should keep it unchecked and place so many grass. So on the other hand, if you are going to make your grass sparse, then I will recommend you to use the billboard. Namely, you should check this billboard option. So whether you should check or not for the billboard option, it depends on are you going to make the grass in dense or in sparse manner. Okay, that's it. So we're going to skip the debris part. I don't think it is a beautiful solution to put debris. So next we're talking about water. So in Unity standard asset, and you can find some water asset in it. So to where can you download the standard asset? I will provide the standard asset package for you. So just have some patience. So you can find in the standard asset in the environment folder. There's a water folder and prefab folder. So inside it, you will find a water pro daytime prefab. So you can simply drag that prefab into the scene and you'll implement a nicely looking water. So that's so simple. So let me introduce explain the technique behind. To nicely represent for the water services, there are two different components you have to take care. One component is the reflection image, and the second component is the refraction image. So what is reflection and what is refraction? Okay, here is our eye, and if one light is incident uh, toward the surface, out the surface of the water, and then it will bounce back and inject into our eyes. But if there is a light source, light beneath the water surfaces, and it will shoot against the water surface according to the green direction, and it will transmit through the surfaces and inject it into our eye. And this is refraction part. So if our eye is looking at this position, that means these two components will at the same time affect the color we are looking at. So for a nice quality water, the solution has to take care about at least the two components of it. The first component is reflection, and the second component is refraction. Okay, here comes the snail slope, but this doesn't help to build a shader, so we're going to take it as a supplement for your knowledge. We're not going to talk about the detail. And there is a third component that makes this solution so beautiful. That component is called Fresnel. The Fresnel effect is for representing a light is injection in a very small angle. So the angle is very, I should say, very large angle. So under this situation, the light is bouncing by the surface around the edge and injected into your eyes. The Fresnel effect is similar to ring light. So take the bottom example, bottom image as an example. The Fresnel is this highlight. Okay, so this is no Fresnel. This is with Fresnel. So for the standard asset, it provides a nice water shader, and that shader can deal with reflection, refraction, and the Fresnel. So this is why the model is so beautiful. If you want some more water resources, you can buy some pet asset from asset store, or you can find some free solutions from GitHub. Okay. So the last topic is about lighting. There are there are 6 different lighting types in Unity. They are directional, point, spot, area, emissive material, and ambient light. 3 of them should be baked in order to take effect, and one of them cannot cast any shadow. This table is very important. So we're going to go through each of the light type. So this is directional light. It doesn't matter where it is. It doesn't. It only matter if it rotates. So the position of directional light will not take effect, but the rotation of the directional light will make a huge effect. And the second one is spotlight. The spotlight having a cone-shaped lighting area. Okay, just like you see on the stage. The third one is point light. The point light emits in a sphere space, so it emits rays shooting away. Take the light as the center and emit and shoot ray uh, into the spaces. So this one is area light. Area light need to be baked in order to take effect. The same happens to emissive material. It needs to be baked. And later you see is ambient light color, ambient light gradient, and ambient light sky box. We should have said this before. This is the skylighting, the 3 option of skylighting. So here I will provide a Republic Tech demo. This is provided by a game manufacturer. Uh, uh, this is a game sim, but the game stopped to sell, and the manufacturer is very generous. They open the scene in Unity format to every developer, so you can find the detail of this scene. So it's have a lot thing to learn in the example. Okay, later I will provide this example. So this is one of the things you can find in the example. This is a huge building. As you can see, there are so many lights inside the building. So in order to correctly light a building, you have to put so many lights. And this is one of the things. Okay, this is interior lighting, spotlight, statue light, shaft, and point light decoration. All right, so the above demo, you can have your time to carefully examine the detail. But here I'm going to talk about the directional light. Just like I said before, the directional light is simulating the effect of sun. So the direction is the key feature, and the position is not matter at all. So this is directional light. So by this experiment, you are going to experience the position of the directional light. So the directional light can cast a soft or hard shadow. You can look at here. This is soft shadow and this is a hard shadow. This picture is taken near my house. And one day I'm walking on the street and feel this is very interesting. I just take this photo and put it in these slides. So you can cast some cookies from directional light. This is a great example for this. Of course, you can turn on the flare, so you can even switch the shape of flare to have a simulation about your lens flare. So now let's talk about the point light. The point light is similar to a bulb, but it often used as a lamp or bulb in scene. So unlike a directional light, point light has a range setting. So uh, it only shines within the range. It would not shine any object outside the range. So this is the most different thing. So by following the example, you can see the range effect of point light. So for point light, you can turn on is a hollow, and if you turn on the hollow, you will have a post process a hollow, and you can see on screen. So next is for spotlight. Spotlight could be treated as a restricted point light. Only certain in certain cone shape can you see the lighting effect. It is spotlight. And next is the area light. The area light needs to be baked in order to take effect. The next is emission material. Emission material could be taken as similar to area light, but you can use some irregular mesh and put emission material on it to simulate an irregular shape of a light. So the last thing is ambient light. The ambient light is talked before. It is set in the lighting rendering option. So the ambient light is very effective. So if you are making an interior design, some people will turn off the skylight and keep only the ambient light and trying to simulate the ambient effect. Okay, this is it. Also, we're going to go back to do the exercise in this class within the following 2 hours. Okay, take your time.